So here we have Quizizz. Within Quizizz, you have options of how you want to use this resource. So you can create your own. You can go in here and create a quiz. I can call this figurative language. This would be for ELA. And so you can kind of choose. Do you want this to be multiple choice, a checkbox, fill in the blank, poll, open-ended? So I want mine to be multiple choice. So I can ask, what is this sentence an example of? And I can say that the dog moved quieter than a mouse. And so I can give my options, my answer choices. I can say, is this a simile? Is this a metaphor? Is this a hyperbole? Is this an alliteration? I am saying that this is a metaphor. I can adjust my time that I want my students to be able to see this and read it. You can input images here. You can input math equations for my math folks. You can insert images or audio files here. And again, you can insert math equations up here. So I want to save it. This right here gives you a display of what your students would see if they are playing this on a device, an iPad or a phone. This is what they will see. So I'm going to save it. I can add another multiple choice question, and I can say, which is not a type of figurative language. And I can say irony, idiom, point of view, or illusion. My answer is going to be point of view. I can adjust my time. I like the way it looks over here. I'm good to go. I can keep adding questions, but for now I'm going to leave it like that. So now I'm going to say that it's done, and I'm going to publish it. So I can choose a little picture for it to pop up. I'm going to choose my grade level. It's going to be for 6th graders. Anybody can see this, or I can make it private for just me to be able to see. So now I can assign it to my students. I can assign solo practice and share the direct link for them to view this set of questions, or we can play it as a class. They can play as a quiz. They can do flashcards. They can challenge their peers. You can use the memes. You don't have to use the memes. They give you different meme sets down here. You can utilize the power-ups or not, whatever you choose to do. One of the things that's really awesome about being able to play with Quizizz is it will give you reports for your students and how they do or aren't doing so well on something. So these are some kits that my students have previously taken, and so you can see how well your students do or don't do if I hosted it as a live video or if I assigned it. Once you kind of dig in a little bit deeper, it will allow you to send results from an assessment to parents. So if you have a student that is doing really great on reviewing with Quizizz and they are just bombing your test, this could be something that you show to parents to kind of say, hey, I'm a little concerned because they're doing wonderful on their quiz. quizzes, practices during class and at home, but when they're getting down to their actual assessment where they're operating on their own, it's really just kind of falling apart there. So you have those options there. You can also search for quizzes here instead of having to create your own. So here you could look for some stuff. This one has adverbs. You can look through and kind of read along. Maybe you don't really like a question, so you are able to edit the set, and so maybe you want to adjust the time, so you can go in and adjust the time that your students would have to answer, or maybe you found an error in someone else's work, and so you would be able to correct that error there as well.